Isaiah, why don't you give it a go on this intro? I just want to see what you, because you said the other day you wanted to do it, and we said no.
All right, let's do it. Welcome to the Only Lose podcast. I'm your host, Lewis, and I'm here with my co-host, Lou and Louise. Let's get big, boys.
And this is why we have Lewis do it.
Zaya, do you have any other ideas? Because I'll let you take it from the top.
No, that was Twisty. That was
it. Oh no. Oh.
Welcome to Silver Screen Sips.
The key to life is to just plan to fail.
See, I planned to fail, and it was all part of the jokes. Therefore, I won.
You plan to fail. Worst case, you fail, and boom, mission successful. However, if you plan to fail, but you succeed, you still win. I think I just unlocked the secret of life, guys. This whiskey is strong.
Oh boy. We're in for a good one, aren't we? Which one did you pour? Larceny?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Cheers. Wait, can you hear it? Did you hear
Yes.
it?
No.
Okay, go ahead, Liz. Take it away.
Welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiots talk about movies and plot to overthrow the American government to install a communist regime.
Try again.
Welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiot friends talk about movies and plot to out the Catholic Church for all the wrongdoings they've done.
Oh my God!
Welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiot friends talk about movies and discover the hiding place of Tupac Shakur in Cuba.
Lewis! One last time. Where three idiots discuss movies and plot to take over the world.
That's what I said earlier, but you told me not to.
No, the
You
is the
said
communist
Russia.
I figured it out. Welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiot friends talk about movies and we roast Isaiah for trying to get us banned on Twitter on his first type.
Yay!
Yes, that's the one. Isaiah, this drink is for you.
She sounds drunk already.
I'm not. I'm fine. This is going to be a good episode.
The way you said that,
I can see your face. It's very red.
I literally, no, I've had like none. Okay. Today we're going to be diving into episode 6 of the Star Wars franchise, which is Return of the Jedi. We are on the last episode of the original trilogy, and then we will be moving on to the Forbidden trilogy, the one we do not like to talk about. So stay tuned for the shit talking that will commence in next week's episode. We also have to mention too that there will be spoilers ahead for any movies or shows that you may or may not have seen. So you can keep watching, but just know that you've been warned. Oh, real quick, before Lewis takes it away, I just want to mention that we are trying to get to 100 followers across all platforms so that Lewis can get his tattoo. Right now, I believe we're at like 65 across all platforms. So we are steadily climbing up. So if you guys can share this with your friends or your family, maybe not your family because not family appropriate, but share it with people.
You know who will listen. You know.
Yeah. And get us up there. It's just a click of a button and the support will help us to provide more content for you guys. Anyways, Lewis, what drink do you have for us today?
You know, I forgot to lead off with the fact that I'm your host. These are your co-hosts, Bethany and Isaiah.
Oh, hi. In case you didn't know us.
Hi. It's only like 7 episodes in, but you know.
Listen, Mr. Getting us kicked off Twitter.
It didn't happen, okay? It didn't happen.
We're closed.
There was
no close. There was no
It
close.
was weird because he almost got banned because of the Yoda meme.
Yeah, like the Yoda said,
that
we blocked your
out
account.
Of everything. They're like, sorry, this is literally grotesque. We cannot allow you to post Yoda as Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You can repost porn videos, but you can't post Buffy Yoda the Buffy Slayer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter at Silver Screen Sip. There's no S at the end because you can only have 15 characters, which is off by 1, which is so annoying. But hey, what can you do? But also, what do you call it? I don't like Twitter. I don't
think any
like
of us
it.
do.
No, but Beth was like, "Hey, we gotta have a Twitter. We gotta reach the fans, okay?" And I was like, "All right."
We
She's
do.
like, "Can you make the
We
Twitter?"
gotta connect with the kids.
She's like, "You use Twitter, right?" And I was like, "No. Do you see how much I hate it?" And she goes, "All right, fine. You know, can you still make the Twitter? Can you just run the Twitter?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll do it, but you're gonna give me too much power. You don't understand what's gonna happen here." And then I made the first tweet, and she goes, "I don't think that's gonna work." And then I had to go delete it.
It was rough.
She didn't like the chaos I was gonna do. Well, because
Isaiah,
what?
There is a level of chaos that you can reach.
Porn. You brought up a conversation about porn.
I was making fun of Twitter. Yo, what do you call? Because all right, guys, just listen.
You could listen. You could also have waited at least like 5 tweets in, maybe like a week before you posted it. This was literally the first tweet.
I can do it now. Does that mean because I'm 8 tweets in?
No.
Right, it's too late now.
You
can't do it.
All right, well, because it's never gonna exist ever again. I'll tell you guys what the
like a
what the
Jedi
tweet
being
was.
cut off from the Force. I'm gonna cut you off from the internet.
Like Anakin's legs getting cut off.
Oh God,
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, too soon.
So the tweet I said was, I have to retweet a porn clip now, right? That's the rite of passage to being on Twitter, and they lost their minds about it.
Don't try to justify it.
Hey, it's pretty mild compared to what's on Twitter. Okay.
All right, Lewis, what's your drink?
Moving on to my silver screen sip for this episode. It's called the SARLACC Pit.
Oh,
how fitting, right? I will show you guys a photo in a little bit. It's actually really cool how they did this. They have a little like Boba Fett Tiki to put the drink in, and then there's like a little Darth Vader gummy head on top.
Just
as
real
a garnish.
quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but if you guys ever want to see the photos of these drinks, you can join our Discord, where we post a lot of little hidden things that you guys might not get in the episodes, or on our YouTube or anything like that. So, or Instagram even. So, yeah, if you want to see the photos that Lewis is talking about, you can see them in the Discord, which is, what is it, Isaiah? Just Silver Stream Sips?
The invite is in the description of the YouTube video. It's also on our Instagram. I'm working on getting a link in bio kind of thing, so you can go to there, which will be like Beautiful. The main spot that have all the stuff on it. But you can find it usually anywhere on any of our stuff.
Great, thank you. Okay, continue, Lewis.
All right, so like last episode, I'm gonna have a nice long description here that has a bunch of other random shit in it.
Let me buckle up.
Buckle up, buckaroos. So it seems as though no media franchise will ever come close to the amount of adoration and homage that Star Wars receives. Beyond the toys, costumes, books, and comics based on the science fiction giant, even bartenders can catch the Star Wars fever, making drinks themed for various Star Wars characters and creatures. One example is Benjamin Schiller's SARLACC Pit, named for the sand-dwelling, flesh-eating monster favored by the slug-like Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Schiller created this concoction while working as a beverage director at the 6th Bar in Chicago's Lincoln Square. Woo, Chicago! Fittingly for a desert planet like Tatooine, the SARLACC Pit is a tiki drink with a blend of El Dorado 5-year-old gold rum, ginger syrup, lime juice, bitters, and Schiller's own Hans mix. A tweaked version of the Don's Mix #1 from famed tiki bartender Don Beach. For bitters, it calls for both Angostura and Bittermens Elemakule. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tiki bitters. With notes of allspice and cinnamon, the Elemakule bitters are also important for drinks like the Phoenix Colada and the Storm the Beach. Of course, one of the most essential elements of making any tiki drink is going all out with the serving vessel and the garnish. Schiller garnishes his SARLACC Pit with a molded pâté de fruit of Darth Vader's helmet and serves the whole affair in a Boba Fett tiki cup, which you would see in the Discord. Granted, most people probably don't have a ceramic cup with the bounty hunter's visage on it, but commemorative Star Wars glasses are extremely easy to acquire for those wanting to get fully into the Empire Quiche. Otherwise, run-of-the-mill tiki glasses are fine to use. Now, the ingredients, as we mentioned earlier, and since Isaiah already put it in our Discord, 2 ounces of El Dorado 5-year-old gold rum, 2 ounces of the Hans mix, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed, half an ounce of ginger syrup, 3 dashes of Bittermens Tiki bitters, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. The garnish is going to be your mint sprig, your twisty straws, and of course, if you have it, the pâté de fruit of Darth Vader's head. Now, we should probably email Benjamin Schiller and be like, hey, yo, buddy, tell me how to make that so I can make it for us. Anyway, shout out to Benjamin Schiller for making a really cool looking drink.
Yes.
What are your thoughts, my friend?
What are our thoughts?
We are the only two in here, yes.
I think that, okay, so real quick side tangent, because obviously, I think that lately I've been a huge fan of ginger everything, like ginger ale, ginger like root, ginger spice, like anything ginger related. I don't know what it is, but it's just really been appealing to me. So this drink sounds super good. So I think I would rate it. I don't know what ginger syrup tastes like, but I mean, it sounds good.
Probably sweet and spicy.
Spicy.
I think I would rate it a 4.5 out of 5 because it sounds pretty decent. But at the same time, I would have to I'm not a huge rum fan. Depends on what kind of rum we're talking. So, 4.5 out of 5.
That's fair. Isaiah, go ahead.
Well, I'm a big rum fan, like spice rums. I like Bacardi and stuff like that. And lime juice and stuff like that. I'm pretty good with. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. I'd like to try this. Seems like I also want the cup, and I just want the darts. I want the Darth Vader's head.
If you guys look at the cup, it's very cool. I've actually seen it before. I think you can get it on Amazon. I could be wrong,
but I would love to give it a try.
Lewis, what about you?
I'm not much of a rum drinker myself. However, for the festivity of the drink, of the cup, and the blend of things he has here, which I'm going to check out what the God's mix is real quick. It sounds very appealing to me. I will also give it a 4.5 out of 5. God's mix is a concoction of a cup of sugar, a cup of water, 6 cinnamon sticks, and fresh grapefruit. So Hans mix is essentially a tweaked version of this citrus mix. See how he tweaked it. See if I can find that. Nope, I cannot. Everything that comes up immediately is Hans Zimmer. And I'm like, no.
That, yeah, let's go.
That's Isaiah's boyfriend.
I know.
He didn't deny it.
Hans Zimmer, if you didn't know this, you apparently have a 24-year-old boyfriend.
Cute.
24?
Dude, 24? I don't know how.
Hans Zimmer is definitely not 24. That's for sure.
I was talking about
Isaiah, you. Oh my God.
Dumbass.
Have I had something to drink? Damn.
This is the one we're letting run our Twitter account.
I'm gonna have to I have to go to Twitter now and at Hans Zimmer, be like, "Are you 24?
Are you single?"
You can do that. You can.
No, bro. I swear.
Are you single?
Isaiah, you have to at him on Twitter and be like, "I swear we matched on Tinder."
Yo,
please just out him right now.
Hold up.
That would be great. Okay, so my question of the day for you guys. It's a little different. We're kind of straying away from movies today. We're going to talk about TV shows. Okay? So my question is,
oh boy,
what is the best sitcom you have ever seen?
Oh, God.
It could be past or present. It can be like now or like something that aired like years ago.
My life.
Hold up. I'm totally not Googling sitcoms right now.
Jesus.
Isaiah.
I mean, like, it's one of those questions. No, it's one of those questions you ask and suddenly you forget about every TV show you've ever seen in your entire life.
I think it's just you, Isaiah.
Friends, The Office, Parks and Rec, Modern Family.
Oh, Parks and Rec.
How I Met Your Mother.
Parks and Rec.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Never seen it.
Neither have I, but that's another one. Okay, so Isaiah?
I was probably going to be like, Parks and Rec or Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Really? Seinfeld?
Yeah.
I grew up on it, all right?
All right, that's fair.
So my actual answer was not It's Always Sunny. I'm just saying it's a pretty funny show. My actual answer is Scrubs.
Oh,
really?
Scrubs.
I grew up on Scrubs.
Excluding the last season, right?
Excluding the last season.
Excluding the last season.
Dr. Cox had some of the most memorable quotes I've ever heard. So, and it's not a sitcom, but the next show I would rate probably best show that show that I personally love and wish I could watch more frequently is House.
Ooh, I used to be scared of House.
Why?
Because I was like, oh my God, there's this many ways I can die. That's what started my anxiety. I think I just solved it. I think my favorite sitcom is gotta be see, it's a close tie between The Office and Parks and Rec, and like Modern Family is really up there. Not so much the newer seasons, they're kind of gone downhill, but like the first few seasons were so funny. And then once like the kids grew out, it was kind of like not as good.
I don't know. I've never
But
watched it.
I feel like The Office was good until Michael left. And then Parks and Rec, I think, was pretty solid all the way through, except season 1 was rough. But I feel like each of them, they were all so good.
Ron Swanson is the greatest human being.
He really is. I love him so much.
I have never seen The Office in my life. I just don't find it funny.
We're cutting that out so people don't kill you. I don't know. They'll got to go off the grid now.
You hear that, people? It's not a personality. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Tinder.
Tinder?
Twinder.
All right, well, that was my question. That was pretty quick.
You got another one?
That's what she said.
No, God.
Good one.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, I'll ask one more question that's also
TV related?
Yes. So since we're on the subject of like favorite TV shows, similarly speaking, what do you think about game shows? And if you like them, what is your favorite game show?
Lou, do you want to go first?
I think the majority of game shows are a waste of space on TV. That being said, it's kind of funny how it counts as a game show technically. Hell's Kitchen is my favorite.
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen?
I would not consider that one, but now
Counts
that you
as a
said it.
game show?
It's technically a game show.
I would. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Because there is a winner. They are competing
For a prize.
for a prize.
The show I'm referring to that I feel like are like, wasting my time kind of thing are things like Wipeout.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those shows.
Wow. All right.
I agree.
A secondary show that I also favored, but it was mainly because of the person. Jeopardy. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Anyway, going on. Isaiah, you seem very offended by what I've said.
You both don't like Wipeout.
You like Wipeout?
I like the original Wipeout, not the new one.
The more we film these episodes, the more I realize I have very little understanding of Isaiah's taste. It's all over the place.
It's all a mystery, baby.
Mm-hmm. Elaborate.
Well, I have a story. All right. So basically, Wipeout is like would have been my choice, but I like Jeopardy just because I like facts, obviously, since given my role in this podcast. But back in the day, like 8 or 9 years ago, my parents had to go to Nebraska to do a certification course for their new job, which was to be foster care parents, right? So, but because me and my sister couldn't go, we had to stay here in our apartment. They got my grandmother to come, and she didn't like going out, and there's obviously nowhere else to really go. Because we were really young, so I was like, screw it. We're just gonna sit here and watch TV. This is also during a time where I didn't have internet. So I was really, really bored. The idea was that for like 2 weeks or so, me and my sister, just because we didn't have internet, we kind of sat there and we literally just watched straight daytime television for like 2 weeks straight. So we knew the schedule. By the end of it, we knew the schedule. We knew what was coming on next. We knew Jeopardy was starting. We knew game show. And so I watched Jeopardy for like 2 weeks straight.
That's the life, man.
But yeah, so I would go Wipeout or Jeopardy.
Okay.
Beth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. My turn. I think, well, I didn't think about Hell's Kitchen, so that's definitely up there for me. But I feel like Hell's Kitchen is a fine line between game show and like reality television. So
yes.
I'm not going to say that's my number one. I will say Family Feud is probably my number one game show, specifically with Steve Harvey. I think it's so funny.
It can be
And,
overreactions.
Yes. I'm going to say you pine, Steve. In case you were curious, Lewis, because I know you're on the edge of your seat wondering what I'm quoting here. Steve asks a guest or like a whatever contender, name a word that starts with pork, or name a phrase that starts with pork. And the guy goes, I'm gonna say you pine, Steve. And it's just the funniest shit because like it's obviously not on the fucking board, but the guy was so confident in it. It was so good. God bless that man.
You pine, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Whose line is it anyway? Is that
that's not really a game? That's not a game show because they don't win anything. That's
the
more
points don't matter.
Yeah, I literally still watch that to this day. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Also, American Ninja Warrior. I used to like that one a lot too.
Yes, I was going to say that.
That sounds like exactly up you guys' alley.
Mm-hmm.
Like an actual game show, I would say American Ninja Warrior, Fine Line, Hell's Kitchen.
All right, Isaiah. Give us your facts for the day.
All right. We're going to start off with the director's role because George Lucas did not actually direct this movie, The Return of the Jedi.
Good.
He stepped back and took more of a producer's role. So many people who were offered the role of director for The Return of the Jedi include David Lynch. Okay.
Let me guess. Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's in the list.
Of course. Okay, continue.
I mean, of course he offered it to his best friend. Why not?
Yeah.
No, okay. So first on the list is David Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Which ironically, he didn't want to do it because he wasn't into science fiction and didn't really get the movie.
Okay.
Which is funny because 2 years later, about a year later, he would direct Dune.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest sci-fi property of like all time. It was terrible, by the way. It didn't do well. Second, obviously, is Steven Spielberg, who had to turn it down because he was part of the Directors Guild, and as we know from last episode, George Lucas doesn't like guilds.
Yeah.
He does not like guilds. He will not ever hire people within guilds if he can avoid it. The next person is David Cronenberg.
Who?
The guy who directed The Thing. David Cronenberg, like he's what do you call it? When you think of Cronenberg, you think of like grotesque things, like The Fly, Videodrome, The Thing. Like I mean, like the original The Thing.
Yeah,
The Thing
was a good movie.
Disgusting. It's a great movie. Love that movie. David Cronenberg turned it down because he said he doesn't do other people's work. Because as you know, David Cronenberg writes and directs. He doesn't usually do a lot of directing of other people's stuff. He does his own writing. And then eventually, so he also obviously invited Irving Kershner, the guy who did the Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
That would make sense. But he said he felt it was his time to move on for him. That he was done with doing Star Wars. That he did one movie, he was good. It would later go on to Richard Marquand because of his ability to work with actors. Keep that in mind, by the way. That what I just said.
Oh, okay.
His ability to work with actors. Okay.
I know where this is going.
Now, Carrie Fisher has talked at length apparently about Marquand, saying stuff like how all the actors were treated and stuff like that. Apparently, her and Mark Hamill were treated very terribly throughout shooting. Harrison Ford, though, he was apparently very well liked. Marquand really liked him, so that they were pretty chill. But everyone else apparently had a very big issue with him. It
is Harrison Ford.
It is true. It did lead to a few times where the assistant director actually had to direct the scenes because they didn't want to. Because Marquand was just not good at dealing with people, which is odd for the fact that's why he got the role. He got the role as director. But yeah, so the assistant had to do a lot of stuff, which he never got credited for, by the way. What a shame.
Of course.
Okay, so a fake title was created for the movie to avoid like crowds and media, swarming the sets and all that stuff. So they called it Blue Harvest: Horror Beyond Imagination. It went to the point where even fake scripts were sent out to the actors who would have accidentally leaked like information. So they gave it to like Lando Calrissian and stuff like that. Because some rule stuff that he had been given got leaked at some point. They even made fake merchandise to wear for the crew, such as hats and clipboards and T-shirts and stuff like that while they're filming in Yuma, Arizona for Jabba's barge scene.
Mhm.
Because apparently in the area there was a bunch of like dune buggy enthusiasts and stuff like that, and they
Mm.
were in the area, so they had put up like a fence. They had like round the clock security, and they were all wearing the Blue Harvest film stuff. And they were like, anytime someone asked, like, "Oh yeah, we're filming a horror movie."
Interesting. That's kind of
Lando
funny.
Lando is Billy D. Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, Billy
Yes.
D. Williams.
Oh, I just realized why Family Guy's Star Wars episode is called Blue Harvest. Thanks to your family.
Ah.
Yeah, what do you call a lot of people? George Lucas gave like Family Guy his blessing because he was like, yeah, he loves
loves Family
George
Guy.
Lucas loves Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, he loves Seth MacFarlane. He thinks he's hilarious.
You know he does like jazz, right?
Who?
Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane?
He doesn't like jazz?
No, he sings. He sings jazz.
He sings jazz?
Oh my god, he's so good.
Was that sarcasm?
No, I'm not even joking.
I gotta look that up. That's mixed.
He sings
Like,
Come
literally
Fly
just
With
type-
Me at the SLC Jazz Festival.
Seth MacFarlane and just like YouTube, I guess you'll see a lot of songs. He's like legit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
Yeah. I know.
I didn't see this one coming.
I mean, I know he does Brian's voice when they're singing that episode, but like, what?
Yeah. No, he's really good.
Anyway, so our next fact here is about money. It's about Jabba the Hutt. All right, Jabba the as you know, they do a lot of animatronics, a lot of puppets for the original trilogy. Jabba the Hutt puppet, right? It took 3 months to build, cost over $500,000, weighed 2,000 pounds, and took 6 people to operate.
What is that in today's currency? 500,000.
500,000?
Or like today's inflation, I should say. Because that is already a lot, but I can imagine it's way more now.
This is 1983, I believe, and 22, and this is going to be 1.4 million.
Oh my god. Okay, that's even worse. Wow.
It cost 1.4 million of today's dollars to make Jabba the Hutt.
Yep,
That's
and now
crazy.
they can do it for maybe about $1 million, and it's all CGI, and that's for the whole damn film.
And Jabba was only in like 2 episodes, right?
No, he was only in the last one.
He wasn't in episode 5?
If you're considering the
when Han is brought in the carbonite.
Yeah, that's all episode 6.
Oh,
if you consider the only time Jabba the Hutt showed up in any of them was when George Lucas did the special editions, and he added that scene in the first movie that Han Solo and Jabba the Hutt meet, and it had the terrible CGI Jabba the Hutt, and he has to step over his his tail, so Han Solo has that like janky movement. But yeah, no, I think Jabba the Hutt only shows up in the last movie, and is only referred to in the first one. Also, so Carrie Fisher had heels, as you know from the outfit. She had heels and accidentally punctured the suit with the heel, and and she stepped on one of the guys who's operating the tail by accident.
Oh my god.
They created a 1-ton, $1.4 million puppet for one movie to watch him get choked out by Carrie Fisher.
In a bikini.
Now, Return of the Jedi is the first film to use the infamous THX sound system in theaters to accurately portray the soundtrack. You know what one I'm talking about. The loud thing.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Do that again.
Okay, now here's... You ready for this one? All right. To build the original Death Star, Lehigh University students calculated the price at a diameter of below 87,000 miles. It would have cost an estimated $852 quadrillion at 2012 prices. And I literally tried to do the calculations to get today's prices. It's unfathomable. I literally didn't a number for it.
I am actually speechless.
The amount of zeros to calculate what 2022 prices are for $852 quadrillion in 2012, I literally could not find the numbers.
Holy shit.
And that was just the price of steel at the time. That wasn't even like the labor. That wasn't about anything else. It was just the amount of steel it would take at 2012 prices to build the Death Star. By the way, this is the first Death Star because the Death Star 2 was 460% larger.
But it was also like half built.
It was half built. Had they actually completed it, it would have been 460% larger than the original. So at 87,000,
the one in the sequels is.
Oh, the Star Killer.
The planet, yeah.
I'm probably
base.
have to.
Yeah.
Star Killer base. I'm probably gonna have to go Google that one now.
That'll be for the next episode.
Yeah, it will be for the next episode. If I find the number, I will let you know. If I don't mention it, I probably didn't find it. Now, the physicists did say it theoretically possible to have a Death Star, but it would cost too much money, time, and material to be feasible to actually be created, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
However, they did say it is possible. So had we dedicated enough money, time, and material to do it, we could build it.
Let's get started.
And guess what? An online petition was sent to the Obama administration to create the actual Death Star, and it received 25,000 plus signatures, were hitting the threshold where the government had to actually respond to this petition.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so apparently there's some rule out there in the government that if a petition reaches above 25,000 plus signatures, the government has to respond to it.
Wow.
All right, so here's the response. It's freaking great, too. I love it. The response, and here's the quote it. The administration shares your desire for job creation and strong national defense, but a Death Star isn't on the horizon. Here are a few reasons. The construction of the Death Star has been estimated to cost more than $850 quadrillion. 852, by the way, specifically, as I just mentioned. We are working hard to reduce the deficit, not expand it.
My God.
The administration does not support blowing up planets. Also, why would we spend countless taxpayer dollars on a Death Star with a fundamental flaw that can be exploited by one-man starship? So I am so glad that exists in like some governmental record. Like there's an official government document that says that they can't build a Death Star because they're trying to lower the deficit, and that the administration does not support blowing up planets.
God bless.
Gotta love it.
I'm gonna start a little small one. The Rancors growl in
Rancor.
And the Rancor, I don't know however you want to say it. Is made by a dachshund.
Really?
That terrifying thing is the sounds are just a mixed version of a
What
dachshund.
the fuck?
Also, and our final fact today, which I think is probably the funniest. The sound designer Ben Burt, who did the sound for all three movies, made the slithery sound of Jabba the Hutt moving around by running his hand through his wife's cheese casserole and recording it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I did not know where that was going at first.
Yeah, his wife apparently made some cheese casserole, and he goes, I have an idea. And he just took a recorder and shoved his hand in it.
Oh my, what the where do these people get these ideas?
And those are all my facts for today.
Those were good. I liked those, Isaiah, as I always do.
Thank you.
Just wait until one day I'm going to be like, those were terrible facts.
Oh, yeah, what do you call it? When we get to like the last, what do we call it, the Rise of Skywalker, I'm sure all the facts are terrible, but like what they originally planned to do and how it all fell apart.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, now let us segue into episode 6 of Star Wars. So what was your overall opinion, guys, on this film? What would you rate it?
Lewis, you can go first.
Return of the Jedi is probably one of the... Let me think about this.
Do you want me to go first? Or
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, to continue from last week's episode.
Oh, yeah. Her version of
5.
why this was better. I want to know. I want to freaking know.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
I said last episode, for those who didn't watch it, or for those of you who did watch it and remember, I mentioned that I didn't like episode 5 as much as I liked episode 6. And I said that I would explain why in episode 6. And here we are. So the reason why I like episode 6 so much is because of one word. Ewoks.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. That's legitimately one of the main reasons. That and the concept of Endor, like that like
wooded area.
Because it's not a planet, it's a moon. But like as a kid, I always wanted to live there, and I wanted to live with Ewoks, and I loved the music and I loved the vibes, and I still hold true to that. So that was a really big part of why I liked 6. I also, like I said in the previous episodes, that growing up, the originals were a really big part of my childhood. So I have a very like nostalgic hold on to them. specifically 6 because I was a kid. So I watched that one the most because I was like, ooh, Ewoks, they're so cute and like badass. They're like killing fucking stormtroopers with rocks. Like, holy shit. And yeah, I still have not changed my opinion on that. So 6 is a 5 out of 5 for me. And the end credit song before they changed it to this god awful song, the original end credit song for episode 6, the Ewoks, I forget the name of the song, but it was so good. I'll play. I wonder, could I play a little snippet of it without getting
No.
it? YouTube it. The original ending for episode 6, so good. The song, oh,
I was gonna say that I guess not to say this for Star Wars. This is to say for like any films that have created trilogies, right? Return of the Jedi, in my opinion, is probably one of the best endings to a trilogy series that I know of for any trilogies I've watched, including like the Matrix series, the other trilogies we have in Star Wars. I'm comparing also Lord of the Rings, so on. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5, only because I'm not going to give it a 5 with episode 5, and also despite Beth. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, it's definitely probably like my second favorite movie out of all of them. And the Ewoks definitely have a special place in my like core memories growing up. Luke's scene and fighting, like the scene of them fighting their way off Jabba's ship is also a really fun thing to watch.
oh yeah.
And now it's way cooler to know that Carrie Fisher choked a 1.4 million 1-ton puppet.
Isaiah?
So this isn't my favorite movie out of the trilogy, but it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. Mostly because I don't like the Ewoks.
Isaiah.
I don't know what Beth's obsession is with the woods. She made a whole damn movie about being in the woods. She's got a thing about the woods, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, but I just don't like the woods. I mean, like everything.
Oh,
I kicked him out.
Did you just kick me?
I did.
I'm offended. Anyway, I thought the original concept was, instead of the Ewoks, was going to be like the Wookiees. Like the Wookiees were going to supposed to be that, and then they were like, nah, we'll call it Chewbacca. We have Chewbacca already. We'll make some smaller ones. I'm like, okay. But I don't know. It's just, there's like a little caveat on everything I like about this movie. Like, it's like, oh, it's good, but, and is like we call it, Harrison Ford wasn't supposed to be in the movie. Like they weren't even sure if he was going to show up because he didn't have to sign a 3-picture deal, and then he did, and he kind of seemed like he seemed like a little whiner the entire time. And I was like, that's okay. He's still fun, but it's kind of annoying at times. And then like the Ewoks, like the whole Ewok like thing, like their concept was like, okay, I felt like this was more childish. I didn't feel like they could have. I felt like they had a better idea and they should have ran with it. Because it felt like I was just trying to be like, it was like,
maybe that's why I liked it as a kid.
Probably. So I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. And I was like, it was very childish. Especially when it was the Ewok stuff. But everything else, like, pretty much my only 2 complaints. I feel like everything else about the movie is really, really good.
Good.
So your overall rating is a 4 out of 5, you said?
4 out of 5. Good, but could have been better.
And Lewis, what was yours again?
4.5.
Okay. And mine was a 5. Look at that. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Is there anything you guys would change to make it better or worse?
Make it more adult.
Well, maybe not worse, but make it better.
More Ewoks.
Yeah. Now we're talking. All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah. Can someone teach me Twitter? I don't understand it.
Oh, God. Can someone control Isaiah?
If someone wants to teach Isaiah Twitter or wants to become our social media coordinator, hit us up in the comments or send us an email.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You will not be paid.
You will not be paid.
Yeah.
Surely.
You're not getting paid till we get paid.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, so expand that
so
audience.
Help us expand so you can get paid.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify.
I might pay you in liquor sometimes, There's that too.
Oh. So, okay, yeah. So thank you for listening, you guys. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. So yeah, like we said, you feel free to leave a comment below with any questions you want us to answer. And also you can email us any questions you might have at silverscreensips@gmail.com. If you ask us any questions, you will be featured in the next episode. We do post every Monday morning on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes. So please give us a rating on Spotify. The feedback helps us a lot. Also, get us to 100 followers, please, so Lewis can get his tattoo. We are like almost 3/4 of the way there, and I'm really pumped about it. We have 3 more weeks to do this, guys. 3 more weeks. So share with your friend and maybe your cool family. You can also follow us on Instagram at Silver Screen Sips, where we post updates on the latest episodes. We also have a listeners episode coming up, so please send in your suggestions for movies you want us to review or talk about. And again, at silverscreensips@gmail.com. And we will see you guys in next week's episode, where we will talk about episode 7.
Why do you sound sad?
Because we're done with like the good films.
Oh. Damn it, Disney.
Sad.
Careful, they'll come for us.
Come at me, bitch.